Sorry about the cut. So I was saying the next number 5 is switching costs. Switching costs. So the switching cost is, yes, there are substitutes of your product available, but look at it from the perspective of what will it cost the customer to switch from my product to another product, to my substitute. Now, if the switching cost is high on the customer, there is a high probability they would stay back with you. If the switching cost is low, then they can move. So for example, I have fresh tomatoes, somebody is selling tin paste and powder. Now remember I always say that switching cost is not always about price alone, though price is an option, but we look at things like health, we look at the psychological, we look at the time. Is it saving them time? Is it taking their time? And so on and so forth. We look at comfort. Is it easier for them to switch to the alternative, or is it going to be something that will give them big discomfort, and because of that they would rather just stay back with us? So look at it from the perspective of switching costs, so that when you are going to do your marketing and all of that, you are able to also build in the switching cost to explain, oh, for you to go from us to our substitute, these are some. So you say it in like a salient form. It's not like you are threatening, but they can hear the message clearly, why you should not go for their substitute, why your product is the best, why your service is the best, as opposed to going for the substitute that exists. So help them look at the switching cost. So what that simply means is, as a person having a product to sell or providing a service, you need to know what it will cost. Now, again, if you are somebody that is just coming in new, you also need to know what will it cost your customer to leave their existing source of that product or service to come to you. What is it costing them? Because if they know what it is costing them coming to you, if you know what it is costing them, it is easier for you to help them reduce that cost by increasing your value, so that coming to you becomes much more valuable than staying where they want to stay. I hope that makes sense. Then the next is substitute producers' profitability and aggressiveness. The producers' profitability and aggressiveness. So what do we mean by substitute producers' profitability? So remember that the people making these tin tomatoes, paste, powder and all of that, they are produced by somebody. They are not just things that fell from heaven. There are people producing these things. Now, these people producing these things, if they are already making high profits, they may not even see your own product as a substitute. They need to find a way to reduce their selling power so that they can sell more. But if, for example, their profitability is taking a nosedive, they start looking at substitutes quickly, like, okay, what is it that is not making us sell well in this area? Oh, is that guy selling fresh tomatoes? Oh, what can we do? Should we go ahead and find a way to create competitions by empowering other farmers around him to also start growing tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and crash the market and run him out? What do we do? So they can decide, oh, let's do backward integration to run this guy out. If that makes any sense. So you need to know what is the producer's profitability, and also what is their aggressiveness. You'll notice most of the time when a new product comes into the market, they go hard on sales, like real hard on sales. You see, they are marketing, they are pushing, they are giving promos, they are giving freebies, they are hard on it, like this thing must go, this thing must go, this thing must go. So if the aggressiveness is higher than yours, they may start picking up even from your own market unknown to you. That they start, when I say unknown to you in the sense that there may be some people that are supposed to be your market over time that switch to becoming their own market right now, and so you don't even get to know that those guys are supposed to be part of your market base. So these are the things we look at under threat of substitute product or service. So take your time, look at what you do right now, what you are selling right now, and use all of these characteristics to say, oh, what, because this will tell you. So see, remember that at the end of the day, as a business, what you have as a currency of exchange for what you are looking for is your product or service. Every other thing is just to package your product or service. So you need to know where will the threat likely come from. So in the next class, we will now look at the fifth force that we need to look at, which is rivalry amongst existing competitors. Rivalry amongst existing competitors, so that you know how do we build a structure around this. How do we build a structure around this? Thank you very much. Catch you in the next class.